Hola. Most people are unconscious of being possessed by the ego voice in their head. Since my ego mind is controlled by the past, I am reliving the past over and over. My physical body reacts to what the mind is saying, and therefore, I react to all my thoughts. Hola, from Colombia. With the present great world confusion, I wish to do my part to accelerate the evolution of human consciousness. Please help by subscribing and sharing these videos. Thank you. The physical body has its own intelligence. This intelligence is behind all the body functions and that are all perfectly coordinated. This intelligence runs the body. In emergency situations, humans respond instinctively, just like animals. But humans also have a higher emotional response. An emotion is the body's response to a thought. This is what separates us from animals. We are sophisticated animals with thoughts and emotions. The body is extremely intelligent. However, it cannot tell the difference between an actual situation that is happening, an actual situation of danger, and just a thought of danger. This is the reason why toxic energy of negative thought interferes with the harmonious function of the body. Toxic thoughts cause disease. The body reacts to the negative thoughts of ego mind. We have a mental body, we have an emotional body, and we have the physical body. In each one of the bodies, the mental, the emotional, and the physical, we have ego personalities. So the ego, the overall ego of the mind, controls the thoughts. So this is the reason why toxic energy of negative thought interferes with the harmonious functioning of the body. Toxic thoughts cause disease. The body reacts to the negative thoughts of ego mind. Here are some of the negative thoughts. I will get COVID. I'm nothing. I'm not respected. I'm not appreciated. I must fight to survive. There is not enough money. I don't deserve abundance. I don't deserve love. I'm useless. This voice, this ego, continues disrupts my body's natural state of well-being. Positive emotions and thoughts have the opposite effect on the physical body. They strengthen the immune system and heal the body one cell at a time. The world around us is continuously projecting negative emotions into the collective unconscious. The news is selling negative emotions. Now, everything in the world, we have constant COVID news of first, second, and third waves, further expanded with new, more contagious strains of the virus. As time goes on, I trust that more and more people will start to wake up to the absurdity of this story. Things are slowly shifting. More individuals are becoming conscious. The collective ego is losing its stronghold on the collective human mind. Once I connect to consciousness, I can start to let go of ego, the ego attachment to all the fears. This is the shift to true inner power. This energetic shift allows the light from my soul to shine through the wall of fear more and more every single day. So here is the wall of fear that separates the unconscious from the conscious. And whenever I allow, these are holes in the wall of fear, when my fear diminishes, more and more of the light can penetrate into each and every cell of my body. And the fear reduces more and more every day. The human mind is typically unwilling to let go of the past. Internally, there's a constant accumulation of negative stuff. Plenty of negative stuff. This stuff becomes a very heavy burden to carry around. These memories, in of themselves, are not a problem. It is only a problem when these memories turn into constant negative thoughts and feelings that they become a burden. They create a very heavy pain body in the physical body. The pain body feeds itself on negative thoughts. However, when I consciously control my thoughts and keep them positive, there's no more food for the pain body. Further, we typically live in fear of the future, especially now with COVID. Most people are in a constant negative emotion because of insecurity. When will I get my job back? When will life get back to normal? Will life ever get back to normal? How can I pay my rent or mortgage since my business is destroyed or will soon be destroyed by these continuous lockdowns? And on go these negative thoughts. We pull the casket of our past regrets and push the casket of the future fears. And we are stuck, paralyzed in the now, not able to do anything because we're paralyzed. All human beings radiate an energy field. This energy corresponds to the inner state of emotions. Others can feel this energy. Children are very sensitive at a very young age. Adults try to consciously suppress their pain, but they can't stop the creation of a very toxic environment, and the children absorb this psychic toxicity. The only solution is consciously shifting into who I am. So shifting from who I'm not, a sheep, to who I am, a mare, with higher vibrational energy. But this is a huge process. It is not an easy path, and it does not happen overnight. Because now I'm at a certain level of awareness, I'm able to decide what kind of relationship I want with the present moment. Because that's all that exists, is the now, the present moment of now. So I choose to welcome everything that comes into my life. This decision of acceptance of everything that is happening in my life, good and bad, I must continue to make over and over again in every moment of the now. There is no point wasting thought energy playing over and over future scenarios. in my mind, because that assumed future will never happen. I have no idea what will happen in the future. And therefore, the only thing I can do is concentrate on the now. The question should be, what can I do with whatever is in front of me right now? Everything I rehearse in my mind or plan will not happen. I found that writing things down is helpful to remove the negative thoughts from running in my mind. Once these thoughts are on paper, my mind will quiet down. Later, when the moment comes that I have to use these thoughts that I wrote down, I can look at them and use them or discard them. This key is to get them out of my mind. Meditation continues to be a challenge for me. The mind continues to create thoughts. I recognize the thoughts and attempt to stop them. So I have to shift my attention away to breathing, because breathing, deep breathing, takes my attention away from thinking, and it creates space. One conscious deep breath is enough to make some space where before there was only uninterrupted thoughts, the constant running of the hamster wheel. Breath awareness is an extremely effective way of creating space and therefore allowing soul to connect with the body. This is the process that leads to transformation. My shift started when I became consciously aware that there is more to my existence. There is much more to my existence. So I shift and I make a U-turn to something my ego is unfamiliar with. As I move in this direction, so I shift it, and instead of listening to my ego or being controlled by my ego, I shift into control of the soul. As I move into the direction, I am aware that there is no possibility of shortage or lack. I become content and grateful for all that I have. I begin to trust the divine. Ego continues to dissuade me, continues to try to pull me back from believing in my own divinity, insisting that I am separate from infinite love. As I begin my conscious unification with my soul, I slowly become empowered from within. Here, I'm in complete separation. Here, every so often, my soul touches my body. And here, the soul is in constant contact with my body. I believe that most evolutionary leaps are preceded by some sort of a fall. It is in fact a universal law that all fall precedes a rise. The major fall I have lived, the incarceration, can be seen as an embarrassing event if I allow the exaggerated influence of ego to play out its role. I'm conscious that low points provide the energy needed to make the shift in a direction away from the ego-driven life to one of unification with my soul. The bigger the purpose I signed up for in this lifetime, the bigger and harder are the falls that I encounter. The most important thing I can do to reduce the influence of ego is to consciously shift and say that I choose. I make the decision. I choose my soul. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When ego is running things, the teachers go unnoticed. Once I acknowledge my readiness to learn and shift into a life of control, I recognize that everything that happens for a perfect reason. Non-interference becomes a higher priority than being right. I shift into the life of harmony and alignment with soul. I am able to let go of the duality of right and wrong that exists in the illusion on the gray side. I came into this world like everyone else, with nothing, no things. Since I don't keep anything I accomplish or accumulate, the only thing I can do with these accumulations is give them away. The government was instrumental in pushing me forward on my evolution of consciousness path. Giving up everything was easy to do once my ego was forced to accept defeat. On the surface, it appears to everyone that the government punished me. But I know my soul creates every detail that I'm living and experiencing. I, the woman, has to consciously disconnect from my ego, and I have free will, choice and decision to live my experiences in pain or frustration and anger, or peace and harmony. So I'm looking forward to a life in an egoless place. I want to live in paradise on earth. I'm dissolving my worldly ambitions, and the door to paradise and immortality is opening up. I came into this world with an inner calling to fulfill a destiny that will never be silenced. The universe responds back to me with the same vibrating energy that I sent out. Love must be put into action, and that action is service to others. Infinite